Peace and love, you beautiful miracles for a spiritual level of being. Nathan here from a spiritual level of being, and today I want to discuss the evil popes. Pope Innocent VIII, known as drinking the blood of children. He was a supporter of slavery and supported the slave trade and even owned and sold slaves. Now, he was gifted by King Ferdinand of Aragon 100 slaves as a gift. Now, he also condemned other forms of Christianity, and he ordered persecutions and witch hunts, and he even publicly condemned gay people and publicly even said to kill them, that they would not see any afterlife. He was a horrible man, and in 1484 is when he launched an inquisition and was hunting down other forms of Christianity. So, not a good person. And also, the candidates of the next pope, they would often bribe each other with large amounts of gold or estates. Now, Pope Stefan VI, he was known as one of the most insane popes of history. He dug up his predecessor, Pope Formosus, and he put him on trial, where apparently Pope Stefan cut off his fingers and also had him dressed. And after the trial was over, when he's accused him of heresy, he's publicly displayed his body down the streets and dumped it in the river. Later, in an ironic twist, the body has washed up ashore and has been associated with miracles, and which led to the people in the end putting this pope on trial and arresting him, where it is said that he was strangled to death by an inmate. Pope Gregory IX, who declared war on cats. He specifically said that cats were Satan in fur coats, or that they carried the spirit of Satan. He ordered the deaths of cats, the extermination, and the death toll of cats was so severe that it actually impacted society in Europe and made the plague that much more worse. Now, the reason he hated cats so much is because of an inquisitor and torturer for the Catholic Church who tortured victims which confessed to heresy and witchcraft and using cats in their ceremonies or praying to cats. This later led to this pope hating cats, which is pretty messed up. Pope Boniface VIII. Now, they called him the devil-worshipping pope. Now, he wrote a issue called the Unum Sanctum, where he publicly stated that every human being should submit underneath the church and that he had divine authority given to him by God, thus being the leader of the church. Now, any town that revolted against him, he burnt to the ground, including ones that surrendered to him and that he promised them to be spared. Now, he had a big rivalry with King Philip of France, which eventually led to his downfall. Pope John XII. He was born as Octavianus. He came from a royal Roman family. He was elected Pope in 955. He was one of the youngest popes. He spent the church's wealth on a lavish lifestyle of gambling, prostitutes, and sexual acts with women pilgrims, including other people's wives. People he believed conspired against him, he had their fingers and tongues cut out, including other bishops. He was ultimately said to have been found in bed with another man's wife, and it is said that this husband beat him and threw him out the balcony where this pope met his end. He was known as one of the most wicked popes. Pope Alexander VI, born as Rodrigo de Borgia from the famous Borgia family. He is known for incestuous acts, orgies, murder, and poisoning affairs. Now, through these affairs, he had many enemies and he fathered many illegitimate children. Now, when Christopher Columbus discovered the New World, Pope Alexander immediately sold some of the lands to some of his allies in order to enslave the locals or convert them to Christianity, or maybe even both. Now, historians actually argue over what the agenda actually was then at the time of the church. Now, he poisoned many of his enemies and was known for poisoning, and he said to have had incestuous acts with his daughter, and his son Cesare has said to have done the same with his sister, which was Alexander's daughter. Now, some believed he sold his soul to the devil and Rodrigo would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. So the question is today, Why do we still have popes? Do we need them? No. Peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to one. Mind the soul. Namaste.